Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome. My name is Ray Ondrajek. I am a resident here in town, live over on West Oak, and the association asked me to open this evening's forum, and then I'll be introducing your moderator, also reading the rules to you again, so just in case you didn't catch what was just passed on. As I mentioned, the moderator this evening will be John Parsons. He's actually a Redondo Beach City Councilman, or a former Redondo Beach City Councilman, and also he serves on the LA Planning Commission. I believe he mentioned to me earlier that he has also moderated this forum for 5-6 years back, so he's well versed in this as compared with me. As far as the rules go, I personally don't really believe in reading in a public speaking environment, but since they're the rules, I should probably read them so I get them correct. So each candidate will be given 3 minutes for his or her introduction. There will be a 5-minute break after their introduction, and that's when audience members, if there's any more questions that have come out from what the candidates have said during their introductions, write out those questions. We'll collect them, and then we'll begin sorting them. So there will be that 5-minute break after those initial introductions. We do ask that you direct your questions to one candidate only. So if you want to ask the same question of several or 2 or 3 multiple candidates, you will have to write that question out for each candidate separately. We do want to disallow personal attacks. We know this is an election and political, but we're going to try to filter those kind of questions out so that they're not part of this process here. Candidates will have 1 minute to answer the question, and this is kind of important, ladies and gentlemen. If and only if another candidate has a differing opinion, the candidate will raise his or her hand, and the moderator will give the candidate 30 seconds to state their rebuttal. And the moderator does have the authority to cut off remarks and or opinions that are not actually differing. After the questions, each candidate will be given 2 minutes for a summation, and this will be in the reversed order that you drew earlier, so first, last, et cetera, et cetera. And I hope I haven't missed anything, other than, again, John Parsons is our moderator. I'll also be acting as kind of the admin paper boy helping out here a little bit on the side, so hopefully it won't be too distracting. And I want to thank the candidates as well, because again, as I am a resident, I'm looking forward to hearing everything that you have to say. Thanks.
Thank you, Ray. And as you heard, we have our timekeeper in the front row here, so watch for the yellow card and the orange card. Yellow meaning you got 30 seconds left. So we will start with the opening remarks. You have 3 minutes, and we'll start with candidate Burns.
Good evening. I'd first like to thank the El Segundo Residents Association for sponsoring this forum tonight, John Parsons for his moderation and service to the community. Thank you. I'll summarize why I'm running as the experienced non-incumbent candidate for council. As a former 7-year employee of the El Segundo Fire Department, I'm the candidate with direct experience with our city's operations. I've worked with most of the city's nearly 300 employees, department heads, and 3 city councils. I understand how and why things get done in the city. My experiences as a resident and employee are the impetus for my running for city council. My wife Stephanie's a high school counselor for the El Segundo High School. I support our schools and have an excellent working relationship with the district staff and the school board. We are proud and privileged to have our daughter attend El Segundo schools. The main issue that brought me here tonight is change. I was compelled to run because, as a resident, I was disappointed in some of the attitudes and limited communication expressed by this council to our residents. People bring valid issues to the council and need to know that they are heard and never need to feel they're being ignored. The city faces many challenges over the next 4 years. The state's budget crisis is monumental, historic. Nobody sitting here can make promises that El Segundo will make it out of this without some bumps and bruises along the road. I've made no promises in this campaign. The future's uncertain. We must lead by example. Our personnel, our services, and our budget are not bulletproof. I'm asking for your support and your vote. Why? Because my commitment to El Segundo and experience distinctly qualifies me to represent our community through the years ahead, no matter the challenges and obstacles before us. I'm knowledgeable and aware of the city's inner workings, operation, and culture, and I will take on this job with great integrity, enthusiasm, dedication, and respect for the residents' issues and concerns. I am decisive. I made a solid commitment to run. I was the first to file. I didn't wait for the plans of others before knowing I wanted to participate and in the best interest of this community. When faced with a decision, I seek all available information, listen, and I act. And that's the kind of leadership that I offer. This election is a gift for me, which has afforded me the opportunity to meet and speak with many of the city's residents. I really love that. Their message is strong. New leadership, and most importantly, sensible and transparent governing that respects our community. As your council member, I will bring a new sense of leadership, transparency, and proactive communication to this council and our residents. The only way to bring about change is by bringing a new voice to the dais, someone with experience and leadership you can trust. I'm that candidate. I feel it's important to take a stand and make a commitment as a public servant. Beyond standing at the dais, it's time for me to provide meaningful leadership and offer solutions. It's time for me to put up or shut up. So here I am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Candidate Burns. The next candidate is Candidate Bush.
Thank you, John. It has been an honor and a pleasure to serve on the El Segundo City Council. I strongly believe that El Segundo is one of the best places to live and raise a family. As a father, husband, and council member for the last 4 years, I can see more than ever just how important a good local government is to each and every one of us. And over those last 4 years, our city has seen substantial progress. We have constrained LAX growth, kept the Los Angeles Air Force Base and its $16 billion worth of contracts right where it belongs, in El Segundo. We have been recognized as the most business-friendly city in Los Angeles County. Our business base has expanded. We have increased the number of officers and firefighters protecting our city, and crime continues to be at historically low levels. We passed 4 balanced budgets while increasing our reserves, putting an additional $1.5 million away for medical retirement costs and completing major capital projects. The long-awaited Fire Station No. 2 replacement project will soon begin construction, not only providing better support to our community, but it will also be El Segundo's first certified green building. The athletic fields were constructed in Class A fashion, which allowed us to creatively earn $1.5 million by selling naming rights. The Douglas Street gap closure will be complete this Friday, providing better traffic flow and allowing our residents and businesses better access to the Rosecrans corridor. Our city's successes point to the positive direction in which El Segundo is moving. In order to continue this progress, we must continue to fight against early turns from LAX, work to ensure the older and noisier planes take off from the inboard runways, and ensure the airport balances its operations between the north and south runway complexes. We must continue to balance every budget. Good financial health is a must for our city. We need to continue the pay-as-you-go policies that have served us so well. We must continue to support our schools. Good quality schools are vital to our children and our community as a whole. We must support and provide the tools necessary for our police officers and our firefighters to continue to be the best in the South Bay. We must continue to support our seniors programs and our recreation and parks programs. And we must continually examine our city's processes for efficiencies that allow it to operate better and at a lower cost. It is vital to El Segundo that we continue our work towards these goals, and if elected, it would be my honor to do so. Thank you.